everything is not money. It's the art. I'm indebted to stage and theatre. I'm going to be filling in the shoes of the great Shamak Davar. NCPA में जब मैं enter होता हूँ ना रजत, I feel ये मेरा घर है. I just feel I'm the owner of this space. Prabhudeva sir. Second, Junior NTR. Third, Hrithik Roshan. Fourth, Shahid Kapoor. Fifth, Allu Arjun. तौबा तौबा पे डांस करना कुछ बुरा नहीं. Instagram Reels is not your reference point. Deepika is tremendous. Okay, 2 people till now are touched feet. These are the people who again say Bollywood dancing. ये है boss. India is this. Madhuri Dixit. So she is excellent. So a dancer should be paid well. Number 1.
Hello. Today I'm in conversation with a senior choreographer. He's done a lot of shows, not just in India, overseas as well. And there are some big names in there. The ICC World Cup, the India House at the Paris Olympics, of course our own Filmfare Awards for many, many years. And he's also collaborated with SS Rajamouli on RRR. And we are talking about Hormuzd Khambata. So let's get into the conversation. Hi Hormuzd, how are you?
Very good.
Okay. I mean, I love the fact that on your IG bio you mentioned Master of Stagecraft. So,
yeah.
I mean, what you're speaking just sort of gives so much perspective on that epithet.
Yeah.
But have to also ask you this. Like, एक analogy होती है. Like, for example, let's go to sports. Since you did mention sport, that cricket is the biggest sport in the country, in the world probably, maybe not. Football is there. But automatically the commerce of cricket is far bigger than, say, a hockey or a kabaddi or something like that.
Correct.
So 9 out of 10 people will aspire to become a cricketer. Now, tying that in, choreography in films is probably the biggest. You know, there's most fame, probably more money.
Correct.
So as a career, is that far more lucrative? And since you've handled stage for like so many years, can you sort of take out a living doing that? And how satisfying is it monetarily? I know creatively it will give you a high. You've already sort of proven that. But monetarily, does that sort of support your dreams, your visions? And how difficult is that?
Correct. So, you know what? There are different ways of looking at it. Some choreographers, now I'm speaking only about stage, then I'll come to films. So, speaking about stage, there are some choreographers who only do Bollywood award nights. For example, many people in India think that is stage choreography, but it's not. Somebody like me, fortunately, because after theatre, I had to get funds in and, you know, all of that. So, we ventured into a lot of corporate events.
Okay.
So, when we say corporate events, it is corporate events, but for me, it is stage only. I'm creating something for an audience who appreciates. So, with the backing of the corporate events that I do, plus these big gigs that one gets, I can speak for myself that it can be it be fairly good if you are very good at your job. If you know what you're doing, if you are making it easy for your clients, and if you're making it easy for an artist, if an artist is performing, and if you're making it easy for your producers, then you are there. Okay. It is not always easy. You may ask a question later to me, but it is not always easy. But if you're making it easy, that's the game. Okay. You can make a fairly good career out of it with great money. Okay. Great money.
Obviously, I'm asking from the perspective that so many kids dream today of being great dancers.
Correct.
You know, and going back at one point it was only Javed Jaffrey, Navid Jaffrey.
Correct.
Doing the Boogie Woogie show.
Correct.
But now we have so many shows on TV.
Correct.
You know, we have so many big names like Geeta, Farah, Terence, Remo, doing so much. So obviously, the most obvious dream that a young dancer today might be, you know, let me get on that show. And then eventually, maybe I'll become like, you know, Raghav Juyal, and then I might even become an actor, or you know, I might do a dance film, whatever. But you're actually saying that there is a pivot that people can do and follow something that Hormuzd is doing.
Absolutely, absolutely. So see, these days the younger generation, for them it's all about reels. Let me tell you very openly. This day also, if I get a reel where people send you audition, right? If you're auditioning a new dancer, now nobody calls you unless it's a musical and you're auditioning people. Then there's a big line, a queue of dancers, and you're auditioning. But people send videos, so some videos come to me. A lot of Indian kids are going away from the real dance, what India is all about.
Okay.
So there is zero cultural, zero classical, you know, zero, even if you want to go into the westernized dance way, there's zero jazz. Okay, it's all about hip hop. I love hip hop, but if everybody is going to send me a reel of only hip hop, and if you see everything, it's all hip hop. Okay, a little bit of funk. Uske alawa, there's nothing that is coming out, you know, on Instagram, if you say, you know. So if they choose correctly, and if they go to the reality show, and if they win, and if they have their mind correctly in place, and if they know the real thing, कि boss, there's a limit, and their saturation point है, वहां तक मैं जाऊंगा, उसके बाद क्या? If they know all of that, then I don't think anybody will falter anywhere. But if you're living in your own dreams and you are living in your own bubble, that I am very good and I can venture into this when you know you can't, okay? Then anywhere, it's the same thing. Even if you want to become an actor, you have to have all these things only.
True.
So it's the same. And today dance has taken over so much. You know, the whole social media is all about dance whenever you see.
Correct.
So people have to know that what to send forward to get selected. Number one, you should have your own forte. What different are you getting on the table? Even as a dancer, you have to get something different on the table. Then you will be put into a team. Like if I have a team, which is Hormuzd Khambata Dance Company, it's a team of different people doing different things, making a company. So if you fit that bill, if everybody's same, nothing is going to happen.
True.
Yeah.
True. And I guess having that variety is what will hold you in good stead when you're saying doing an international event like say the ICC World Cup or the India House. So I'm pretty sure once you have a wide array of dance forms that you can do, that holds you in good stead to stage these events.
Absolutely. And you have to be more open as a performer. Forget about a choreographer. First, as a performer, you have to be more open about learning. See, today also, I may have done XYZ shows, but I'm learning every day. Every single day you learn something. So if that is the perspective in somebody's mind, that you have to be learning all the time, if I'm learning a different set, if I'm learning something today, if somebody is doing, say, Kathak, I'm not a Kathak dancer. I can choreograph certain elements in it, but I will need a Kathak dancer, specialist to do it, right? There's no harm in saying that you need that. So be real. So when you know that what you want to do, how you will do it, you'll make success. You'll see success, and it is all bound to come if you are real. Don't stay in your own bubble.
So you've already mentioned that you did that bit in Chupke Se, model choreography. So did you not sort of think this is like an automatic segue? I've got the foot in the door. Let me just go to films and focus on that.
I knew there were too many people, Rachit. I knew that for, even at that time, I knew what I know right now, that it's a different medium. Okay? And plus networking. Okay?
But you mean to say a lot of people are already doing that film choreography?
Yes. Okay. At that time. Even right now, people only have the dream of doing film choreography. Right? You'll rarely see a Hormuzd Khambata sitting with you. You'll always have somebody who's doing film choreography more, right? And that is because people aspire to do that. Aspirations are always there, but it has to come with ease. You don't have to push yourself, or you don't have to force fit yourself into something. You know, in the dynamics, you don't have to force fit yourself.
True.
It has to come naturally. That's why I chose stage as the medium to make a name. To have, to do my work. And I feel that I've done a fairly good job at the stage arena. That's why somebody comes up with a Bollywood thing. Definitely, that's the key. Why would somebody say a no to it? But see, it's one song, it's great packaging, good producer. And the most important these days is the PR. Around that. So when it all comes together, it comes together. Nobody is going to go out there कि मुझे काम दे दो types. Somebody sees the spark in you, they'll say, we want to do a different job, they'll say.
Right.
Yeah.
And when you do a show like the RR show with S.S. Rajamouli,
Correct.
उन्होंने तो वो नाटू नाटू में भी he's used the step dance with an Indian name.
That man is an institution. Okay? He's an institution. When I got to know that I'm doing a show with him, I didn't believe myself firstly because a lot of people were, in the running for doing that show. When I did that show, he's asking me, see, this is how it is. He's asking me, what can you bring to the table which will be different? So, sir, hum stomp karte hain. He said, do stomp. I'll ask Kiravani sir to develop a music. So we developed a music piece of stomp.
Which is not in the film.
No, not at all. Just for the show. And we did that in the show as the opening piece. I think it was for Alia's entry or something like that. We did that stomp piece. It was good. Just by a man of that stature telling you, what can you bring to the table? It gives you confidence. So you say and he's telling me, don't worry about the music. Because I said, sir, music, don't worry about it. I'll ask, कहाँ Oscar winner को बोल रहे हो आप कि आप music create करो? Music create किया 3 दिन में. I got the music and I created a stomp section. He saw the choreography, he approved of it. I met Prem Rakshit, who choreographed Natu Natu on that show. Oh man, such a down to earth with a tika Indian person, over there. And I spoke to him. There's such humility in these people. See, I've just come to terms with this thing. If you have humility and if you are passionate about your work and you're of course good at it, only then you are going to be successful.
True. You've been doing choreography for many years now, close to 14, 15 years now?
Yes.
Almost.
More than that.
Yeah. So, I always like to sort of figure out where did the artist found their first inspiration. So for you specifically, what was that first moment that you decided, I've fallen in love with dance? Or maybe that memory where, you decided dance is going to be my career. So if you can just sort of go back and fill us in on that.
I was in a school called J.N. Pettit Technical High School, which is a Parsi boarding school. Okay.
Where was this?
In Pune.
Okay.
It is still there. It's still there. So get away from not sleeping in the class and not attending too much of academic lectures all around. I came up with a plan. Because we were in boarding school, we used to be taken out of school to attend a show, a function, okay? And there used to be these youngsters dance and we were a boys' school. So kahan se ladki humko dekhegi ya milegi? And we used to be in school uniform, whereas other people attending that function used to be in such jackass clothes like how I'm wearing right now. And I used to feel, wow, what a life they have, yeah. Why can't I have the life? Okay. I made a plan. I said, I'll start learning how to dance. Seriously, I'll start learning how to dance.
How old were you, sorry?
I must be in the 5th or the 6th standard.
Okay.
So I said, I'll learn how to dance. And those times, there was nothing where you could learn from. I'm talking about the early 90s. Okay. You could not learn anything. So I had collected these books, okay, on break dancing, on a lot of, dance. It was like only I had those books with me. And I used to study that. And whilst doing that, I got it. Okay, I got it. Somehow I got it. And dance is, let me tell you, it's always a God gift. Okay, you cannot be, if somebody is telling you, I'll teach you how to dance, it's not the right thing.
You either have the beat or
you have it or you don't have it. Okay, but everybody can dance. That's for sure. It's their own way. Our director of school was Commodore L.S. Mehta, Lavji Mehta, and he was a Commodore in the Navy. So he was in the director's office and I walked in and I said, sir, may I come in? And said, please come in, Mr. Khambata. I said, okay. Sir, I think, why aren't we presenting our school's name into something like this, in dance? He said, okay, come on, go on. What more? So I said, sir, our school, even till now, was really, really good and is really good at sports.
Okay.
And I used to play all sports, all right? Because my school gave me that facility. Thank God the petit was always there for young children. So I said, sir, we will take our school higher in dance. And I was like, okay, go for it. I said, really? Did he just say go for it? And I was like, okay. So we collected this group of friends, okay? And we did a song, all right?
Yes.
And the song was, where do you go?
Ooh, nice.
My lovely. So you know how back it is. Okay, that was the year when that song came out. So it was that song. And we did the song. So we went out, we performed, and people just looked at us. They were overjoyed looking at these boarding school guys, who have nothing to, nothing to take inspiration from. How have they done this, And we did it, and it became a rage. And in Pune, in the youth, it was called Zoroastrian Youth Association. They were like, wow, this is something fabulous. So they came in the school again and again and again. So we did it year on year. So that is how it literally started. Cut to, I pass out my 10th standard. I went to Hinduja. And now I'm taking his name. Now he's a choreographer. His name is Rajiv Goswami.
Right.
Okay. So he was in Hinduja. He had passed out long back.
Okay.
And he came to audition dancers for Malhar because he was choreography. Okay. And he auditioned us and he went away. And there were people who were stranded on the day because we were auditioned, but now there's no choreographer.
Okay.
So he and his girlfriend that time were auditioning and going to choreograph, but they were in Ganesh Hegde's team at that time. So they ran away. They said, no, we can't choreograph all this and we are going to the rehearsal and all of that. I said, yeah. So, and I was the junior most. So all these people got together and who'll choreograph. So I said, if you all listen to me, I can
do it.
So there was this girl, Anaita, still remember. She said, Hormuzd, you'll do it with me? I said, yes, we'll do it. And trust me, we'll do it. We sat, we planned. And I'm not going into the longer version, but we won Malhar.
Nice.
And Hinduja College had never won Malhar. And you can imagine what a big deal it is to win.
Correct.
Firstly, they were overjoyed and I was like, why are they so mad about winning this? And I didn't know that they were trying to win since 11th standard, FIJC till their graduation. They were all in graduation. I was the one in 11th. It was a big deal for them. They were crying, they were sobbing, they were thank you. And I was like, wow, it's such a big deal award for you all. I said, okay, fine. Cut to, I had to leave college because I had to go to Sophia.
Okay.
For my hotel management. We are a family of caterers. So I had to do hotel administration and food technology course at Sophia College.
Okay.
Now they had, in Sophia Polytechnic, they had a section in dress designing, okay? And this dress designing section used to do their function, that annual function at the biggest scale. So there used to be models, like I really think it was Vipasha Basu and, a lot of those kind of models, who used to be in the glad rags kind of, that kind of scale, okay? Right. Those models used to come and walk. There was this choreographer called Elric D'Souza, the fashion choreographer, okay? And he said, we want a filler between these two acts.
Their shows.
So these girls, because I had danced on Teacher's Day, okay? They said, please call this guy, okay? So he said, yeah, call, but don't you think we're doing this at a big scale, we should, get somebody more professional. And I said, sir, we don't have the budgets, okay? I said, okay. They called me. I went down in the hall and Elric asked me, hey buddy, can you dance? I said, of course I can. And the attitude that I had, because see, I didn't know what it meant to win Malhar. But the other people showed me what it meant to me.
Dude,
Experienced, okay? It was a big deal, okay? And I danced. And 3 days after that, this article comes in the paper. Okay?
Which paper?
Bombay Times.
Nice.
Okay? And those times, page 3 was the thing. So believe me, whoever you are, you would never see the headline that time. You know, you are the same generation. So you would turn the paper and just go on page 3. And you would be like, oh my God. And somebody somewhere turned on page 3 and saw me like,
okay.
They could not believe it. What's happening? And they called me, Hormuzd, and my house phone is ringing. Your photograph is there in the Bombay Times. I said, really? Mine? No, kuch hua. I turned. So there were 2 things, Rachit, which was like, andar na aisa laga ki yaar, I have arrived. What was there is, my picture was there. The whole article was there. And 2 things were mentioned. One was mentioned in the article, better dancer than a cook.
Okay.
Because they knew I came from the hotel management. Yeah. So hotel food administration and food technology.
Okay.
So I was there. So they knew that. So they wrote that. And they ended that article by saying, a dancer performer Mumbai has to watch out for. Now that mere bheje mein chad gaya. I was like, yaar, ye to kuch hai. Mere mein kuch hai. So, no, I don't think anybody would do that at that age. I walked into Times office.
Okay.
And I asked for Martin D'Souza, who had written, because us time now article likhe niche likhte the, Martin D'Souza, written by Martin D'Souza. So I went to his office and Times group. So I sat over there and I said, Martin, tell me really, why did you write this? Said, Hormuzd, this is brilliant. You know, you can do this better than what you're doing. Trust me, change your profession. I said, my father will never listen to me. Please help me. I said, there I cannot help you. But I'm telling you, you change your profession. I went home, I told my father, and from that day on, my life struggle started. What we say in Bollywood,
the struggle period.
Yeah, you literally want to be where you want to be, but I was all on my own. And then whatever happened.
Now we get it. I mean, you were introduced to the world of choreography and dancing at a very young age. But then how did you realize that stage shows or these choreography gigs are the way to go? How did you sort of figure it out?
So you know what? I didn't know anything at that point in time. I just wanted to make my career in that. So I danced with a few choreographers. And I came to a conclusion that this is not my thing.
Okay.
Where I want to be is that also because I didn't have the necessary height. Okay? I was good, but I didn't have the necessary height. I had a weaker memory than more other people, but that didn't stop me from doing anything. I could learn and do all of that. That's not a problem. But I knew that this is not what I want to do. I want to be there because I want to create. And that is what we did in college also. So I went and a lot of, firstly being a Zoroastrian Parsi in Bombay, there was this show called Make Queen Ball, which happens in Rustam Bagh. There's a Parsi colony in Bombay called Rustam Bagh.
Okay.
Make Queen Ball. And I was all out of my house having nothing with me. So I didn't figure out what I wanted to do. This lady called Mrs. Hutokshe Dudwal.
Okay.
So she was walking and she was finding a person to choreograph Make Queen Ball, which is quite a hit thing even till now, I think.
Okay.
And to choreograph, because who they were supposed to work with, I know the person. That person went to a tour with Sonu Nigam.
Okay.
And that was a big deal.
That's a big
She
deal.
was working with Sonu Nigam at that time. So I had to fill in the shoes and I did Make Queen Ball. I did Make Queen Ball in a very, very different way. like Parsi is all mad about Bollywood and all of that, but I had an idea. I said, these are Parsis. They are also mad about English music. You want to do something different, you go take a different route. So she said, you will choreograph, no? So I said, yeah, I will. I didn't know I could. So I said, I will. So these boys, girls got together and they hated me because I chose a song. You better come home, Speedy Gonzalez. Okay?
Okay.
And I made them sit on the table, stand on the tables, you know. So on the ramp, there were tables and they were standing and they could feel something different is happening. And all the people sitting in the audience were like, wow, we never thought that something like this could happen on this stage. So, and after that, even when I made it later, I really supported that show a lot. Till then, I don't know what happened then, but that was my first show which I choreographed. It was called Make Queen Ball in Rustambagh. From there, I got these videos and I reached out to people. Yes. Then I reached out to a very important person in my life, Ryle Padamsi.
Okay.
I was doing model choreography. I don't know what it means, but there was a film called Chupke Se. Okay. Small film which was directed by Shona Mukherjee. Okay. They are the ones who made, I think, Jalwa. Okay. So they were making this film. I was a small boy, and they said, Hormuzd, can you choreograph models? I again said yes. Because I had seen no. So I said, yes, I can choreograph. So I did model choreography. And I did pretty well. So Chupke Se wo film hai, usme credits mein mera chota sa naam aayega. Model choreography by Hormuzd Khambata. So main wo kar raha tha, and I met Farid Kareem at the shoot. And Farid said, Hormuzd, you should meet Rahel, you should do theatre. You should meet Shamak. I said, yes, I want to. Okay. And so I met Rahel. And from there on, I learned so much about stage. Rachit, you won't imagine what it is to be like on stage till you are on stage of that magnitude, with that sensibility and with the passion that these people come up with. Like a Rahel. Oh, she's my darling. I respect her a lot, even till date. She said, and she just met me and she had done, you know, the Padamsis, they have done a lot of theatre.
Done so much on theatre.
So much. And when I came to know that I'm going to be filling in the shoes of the great Shamak Dawar, I was like, boss, I have to prove myself over here. Kuch bhi ho jaye. And I knew the ropes. And Rahel in the first meeting told me, imagine a person of her level who's done so much, Oliver, Macbeth, and then you can name. Theatre used to be the scene in Bombay. Okay, there was this theatre scene. And when she said, Hormuzd, you are fabulous. You will be superb. You do this. Believe me, Rachit, nothing gave me that instant कि मैं कर सकता हूँ, अभी तो there's no stopping. And I did it. And I knew that I was meant for it. And I did so many shows for Rahel. We collaborated on a few shows, you know. And after that, you know, it was a joyride to work in the theatre scene of Bombay. Many shows. There were many shows that I choreographed, okay. Till date, if somebody will ask me to do a theatre show, of course, one cannot give so much time to it. But I would love to do it. If it all works out well, I would love to do it. Everything is not money.
True.
Okay? It's the art. And I'm indebted to stage and theatre. NCPA में जब मैं enter होता हूँ ना रजत, I feel ये मेरा घर है. I just feel I'm the owner of this space. I don't know why.
Nice.
सभी लोग अभी भी मुझे जानते हैं वहाँ पे, like, अरे HK has come, Hormuzd has come in. Because you've worked so much on that stage. Sophia College stage, Bombay ka stage scene, St. Andrews.
Correct.
You enter right now, I get this feeling, ye mera ghar hai. So I learned more of the ropes at work. Nobody educated me. It was at work. Confidence diya, someone like Rahel, someone like Carla Singh. Now when I came to know that Carla had choreographed choreographed the great Shamak. And she's telling me, Hormuzd, you're fabulous. Imagine what you feel when
Is that the validation that sort of
validation उस time पे. So theatre gave that boost the confidence. And when someone like Carla and Rahul said that you can do it, and that's when you learn. Slowly, steadily learned, and that's where I decided that this is the absolute thing that I want to do.
Say there's a kid sitting in Kerala. His only access to the big entertainment world is of course social media, the reels.
Correct.
और वो दिन में 10 रील देख रहा है, उसमें से 8 रील में लोग या तो विकी कौशल तौबा तौबा पे डांस कर रहा है या कोई और उस पे सीख रहा है तौबा तौबा का डांस. So is it not logical that they'll think, यार boss, this is the only way I can become a dancer? Or is there something that, or how does that kid, that person, reach a Hormuzd Khambata and say, boss, there is a whole new world out there?
तौबा तौबा पे डांस करना कुछ बुरा नहीं है. You can dance on that, and it's a pretty good step. And it's anything goes viral, you can take inspiration from that and keep on dancing on that. No problem. In today's day and age, when I spoke before that there was nothing, to learn from.
No reference point.
No reference point. In today's day and age, there's a lot on video. Okay, so people can just become good dancers by also seeing. If you are a dancer, you can become good dancers by seeing several other videos and not Instagram reels. Instagram reels is not your reference point. Your reference point is to see a Michael Jackson concert, see this is it, as a movie. Your reference point can be to see Fiddler on the Roof. Your reference point can be Vaijanti Mala's Hoto Pe Aisi Baat. Your reference point can be Shamak Davar's choreography in Tal, in Dil To Pagal Hai, Saroj Khan's work. Your reference point can be one of the best songs shot in Hindi film industry is Dola Re Dola. Your reference point can be all these videos. See it on repeat. See it on repeat and you'll learn more.
Right.
Then seeing one dance step, 15 second ka reel. See these things. That is my take on this. People might have different takes to this, but my take is to spend my time watching all of this. That's what I did.
But of course, you started with books. Nobody does that anymore.
Yeah. There could be a VHS tape, but I was in a boarding school. So there was no VHS, there was no video. So that is my books. Yeah.
Correct. You obviously, since you started, you worked for 15 years. You must have seen, like you said, those initial your classmates whom you just said, chalo dance karte hain. To now having a dance company, so many great dancers must be coming to you who you'll have to hone and skill. So question being, over the years, do you feel जो raw talent होता है एक dancer का, that has improved? That you now get far more capable dancers to train vis-a-vis maybe 10 years ago?
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely. And I would give that due to the reality shows that have happened on television in India, in the world, and a lot of Instagram reels again. Okay. So sometimes things,
there is a positive
it is a positive side to it also. But reality shows, yes. Okay. A lot has been, so dancers have already improved and come. Whereas in the earlier days, you used to work on a model to become a dancer. I've done that. I've picked up people from a fashion show where मुझे लगा है कि like a Femina Miss India, trust me, कि मुझे लगा है ये winner नहीं होगी, but she is damn good looking, this, that, okay? Don't ask me to name. But, so I have asked, और मुझे पता है कि वो नहीं बेचारी winner, नहीं पीछे मिली, come to me. You want an alternate this thing? Just pastime, career में, आ जाओ, we'll make. So, ऐसे काम होता था पहले, to get good looking dancers.
Correct.
अभी कोई जरूरत नहीं है ये सब चीज की. You just say that you have a show, and see, we have a team, but we include a lot of new talent. So people reach out. There are so many on my Instagram feed only. If I like, not on the feed, what is it called? The chat. DM, right?
DMs, yeah.
There's so much.
There must be so many people reaching out.
So many people reaching out to us. Some with a hello, sir. Some with a hello, dude. Some with a hello, bro. Whatever that is.
Yeah.
But so many people reach out to you. Where earlier it was very difficult. Today it's damn easy.
So is that a good thing?
Very good. Very good thing. Because deserving people get the opportunity. See, not everybody gets an opportunity. We are also human. Sometimes there is a tendency of, some people being ignored. But yeah, more or less 90%, yes, it is damn good. And reality shows is the main thing, which has done the good for dancers. हम अगर win हुए या lose हुए, तो आपको पता होना चाहिए कि ये मेरे साथ होने वाला है. Don't be in a bubble. Again, don't be in that thing कि मेरे साथ ये होगा, यहाँ से मैं ये climb करूंगा. देखो, सब कुछ आपके पास time पे आ जाएगा. But reality shows can't put you
on the big stage.
On the big stage.
You not suddenly become a star.
No, you can't. You can't. Of course, still there are many people right now who have had a lot of support from people, okay, and their own talent, obviously, no doubt about that. Right? So there are a few people. Say what, 8 people? 10 people? Apart from that, nobody else.
Great. So, Hormuzd, we've sort of touched upon the fact that, the world of stage dancing is very different from the world of film dancing. So, why don't you explain it? What is the basic difference? Say, when you're choreographing for the stage, vis-a-vis when somebody else choreographs for a film shoot. What is the basic difference?
First, let's delve into the people who work with us in both areas, okay? The ones who do stage, okay, have to be more patient,
okay,
have to be more adaptive, very adaptive. You do it, it has to happen because you don't have time, you have to, okay? Not that in film shoots you don't have to be adaptive, but I'll come there. Here you need to be more adaptive. Here your range of dance has to be more.
Okay.
The range, what you can do has to be far more. There's no limit to it.
Also, I think you can't take breaks and takes on stage.
So that's what I'm coming up to that. You can't take any break. Imagine you come at 10 o'clock in the morning at a rehearsal and you're packing off at 10 o'clock in the night. If your choreographer asks you, I want you to do it full out. Imagine what kind of energy you need to have for that. Versus when you're shooting on camera, you have takes, you have आराम, okay? आपको मार्क पे खड़ा रहना है, आपको shoot करना है, okay? Smile करना है तभी you have to be a different person every minute.
True.
On stage, you can be yourself. Okay, you can be yourself. And you will get that validation instantly. And another positive side I'll tell you about stage, okay? A validation from the choreographer saying, boss, superb, kill किया. वो आपको ऐसा लगेगा कि यार मैं ही हीरो हूं और मैं ही सब कुछ हूं.
ऑस्कर जीत लिया.
Versus in a shoot, the artist is performing, so the choreographer has to be more attentive towards the artist and to the frame,
correct,
not to the dancer. So there will be, because there are choreographers I know who are very, very jovial and very fun-loving to the dancers, okay? There is this side. But how much will you do? When you're shooting, you are all the time focusing on your artist. Whereas on stage, you are doing those rehearsals, your dancers are there with you. It's like a sport. You take your team together and you play. It's very different. Very different. The medium is totally different. Dono.
Nice. I mean, I've seen you choreograph stars like Tamanna, and Rakul,
correct,
and Dream, and so many at the South Awards as well.
Yeah.
So why don't you tell me, so many artists you work with, would you be able to mention like 5 actors
who I've worked with,
or general also, who are great at?
See, I've not worked with a lot of them, so
mix kar lo.
Mix kar lete hain.
5 actresses you tell me who are great. Indian overseas कुछ भी चलेगा.
अच्छा.
And tell me 5 actors.
So 5 actors में my favorite would be Prabhu Devas, of course. He has his own distinct style, okay? uniqueness. See, for me, uniqueness. Okay? Please ask me about choreographers also later. So I'll tell you why. So, uniqueness. Okay? Prabhudeva sir. Second, Junior NTR. Okay? Third, Hrithik Roshan.
Okay.
Fourth, Shahid Kapoor.
Nice. I knew Shahid would come.
Fifth, Allu Arjun.
Nice.
Okay? There are more,
Of course.
but these are the top 5.
That's the top echelon.
Yeah. And nobody can touch Prabhudeva sir. Huh?
Oof.
I'm saying that. Nobody can even come close to him.
Oof.
That is what I think. He is absolutely somebody who you won't think this is Prabhudeva. You're looking up to him. No. He seems to talk to you as if he doesn't know anything.
Exactly.
Okay? And you tend to say, boss, I respect you. Recently at an event, I was talking to him. I spoke to him. I walked out of the room. And I suddenly remembered, oh shit, no, this can't happen. I opened the door, I went in. Sir, I forgot something. What, ma? Sir, I forgot to take blessings from you. I never touch. See, I'm a Parsi, okay? और हम लोग में वो फिल्मी ये होता नहीं. So I'm not filmy at all. Okay, sir, G, no, all that I can't do. Right. All right? But this man,
he deserves it.
He deserves it. So two people till now are touched feet. One is Shamak Davar. For me, he is the best this country could ever get. Okay? If I can get 50% what his visual, see, choreography में बात नहीं करता. That a lot I can do, people can do, वो हो सकता है. उनके माइंड में क्या चल रहा है अगर मुझे मिला ना वो 50%, तो फिर तो यार धमाल है. And Prabhudeva sir का थोड़ा honing the way he moves. Oh my God.
He's almost like
I'm sorry, but
emotion.
He is. Yeah. See, I'm getting very emotional right now. These two people, Prabhudeva sir for his dancing skills, even for his choreography. By the way, okay.
Lovely.
मतलब next level, okay. And Shamak sir for his vision. Visual medium. उनके आजू बाजू जो भी है वो नहीं. Him, his vision. ये दो का अगर ये मिल जाए तो एक choreographer बन जाएगा.
So we'll come to actresses later. Since you've already touched on Shamak, why don't you tell me the choreographers who've been the biggest influence on your art craft?
I'll tell you something. I have always studied. Okay? मुझे कुछ पता नहीं, आप स्टडी करो. और मैंने देख के स्टडी किया. तो मैं सिंपल चीज में आपको ब्रेकअप करके बताता हूँ. मैं ये बोल सकता हूँ कि मैं इस बंदे ने जो किया है वो मैं कर सकता हूँ क्या? तो वो मेरे लिए फिर वो मेरे फेवरेट लिस्ट में नहीं.
Okay.
I will respect everybody. Na? Everybody is working hard. Everybody is doing their job to the. Everybody is good. So what I can't do, what Saroj Khan did, okay? उनके जैसा बॉलीवुड कोरियोग्राफर कोई पैदा ना हुआ है ना होगा. Okay? She has, I know she has not invented the term Bollywood. But she has invented Bollywood dancing.
Correct. She's synonymous with it.
Synonymous. और उनकी जो अदा and all of that. So Saroj Khan. Second, Shamak Davar. Again, because the visual. Third, Ganesh Acharya. You know, Rachit, it is very difficult to make a common man dance.
And Ganesh Acharya can do that.
Okay? Tatad. Okay? Yeah. Govinda songs. Yeah. Alright? It is very difficult to come up with the easiest thing. It is most easy to come up with a complex thing. But it is most difficult and to execute the most simplest thing. Right? So, yeah, these three people, apart from that, there are people who work, there are people who do great work. But for me, these three are four. So, I said Saroj Khan, Prabhudeva, Shamak and Ganesh Acharya.
That's quite a list.
Yeah.
So, a lot of actresses batao.
In today's this thing, I'll tell you. Okay. In today, and so there's Tamanna, who's good. Okay. I've worked with her, so I know. Alia, I haven't worked with her, but I've had her on one show. She is good. I've done the RRR show with
The one
Rajamouli
with
sir.
Rajamouli sir.
Yeah, so she was there a part. She didn't have to dance or anything. But she's a fairly good dancer of what I see. Deepika is tremendous, okay? And she has the range of Indian and Western, okay?
Then she has a sporting background.
And sporting background, correct. Aishwarya Rai. And no one, I say no one can come even near to these two people. Different generations, okay? Oh, sorry, three. How can I forget? Three people, okay? And very distinctly different. These are the people who, again, say Bollywood dancing. Ye hai, boss. India is this. Madhuri Dixit.
Of course.
Okay? And I've worked with her. So she is excellent. Okay? Without working with her also. Vajanti Mala. And Helen. Okay? These three people from three different areas of work, you know, they are absolutely splendid. अगर इंडिया के 3 बेस्ट डांसर्स बोल रहे हो ना फीमेल में तो आप इन तीनों का नाम लिख दो.
Nice. And I have to tell you, if you remember K. Saraswat, Prabhu.
Oh my God. And you know,
was it not magic?
Oh my God. You know, just imagine witnessing that while that was being shot. Sometimes you are jealous that you were not at the right place at the right time. But my God, that must be a moment.
It must be crazy.
Crazy. Yeah.
Nice. Acha, so we've spoken so much. Why don't you tell me, see, every industry has its positives, negatives. You were saying even the reality shows of dance have their positives, they have their negatives. Dancing as a career, as a profession, what sort of dark side does it have? And how does one navigate it? If I'm a new kid on the block, if I want to get into this world, what are the things that I need to be aware of?
So I'll tell you the things which you should be wary of. One should be really saying कि ये मेरे साथ थोड़ा बहुत हो सकता है. And I'll tell you कि वो चीज सुधरना भी चाहिए. Okay. I have a very emotional take on this. I think the payment what a dancer gets should be improved.
Okay. Both for stage and for shoot is okay.
Should be increase होना चाहिए. Obviously, who should not get paid well? But on stage, I think the pay scale of dancers should be improved. It can be only improved if my clients or prospective, people who rent out choreographers, hire choreographers for their shows, pay them, really well in terms of their payment is good for a choreographer, I must say, but not for a dancer so much. Okay, because you need a number. A choreographer needs a number on stage, and when you need that number, you have to, segregate the payment. Like ऐसा ही होता होगा. So a dancer should be paid well. Number one.
Okay.
A dancer should be respected. I feel, the respect. अच्छा, dancer है, इसको ये होटल में रख देंगे. क्यों? तुमको पता है कि कितने सालों की मेहनत गई है उसमें?
Correct.
तुमको पता है कि अरे मैं तो ऐसे सीख लिया, कोई तो बेचारा सीखता होगा बचपन से, तो कितना मेहनत है उसके पीछे, उसके पीछे. He should be treated well. I hate this term. A lot of people say, "Hey, dancer को बुला." No. A dancer is a performer. You can't be. This thing also happens from a lot of people we encounter. अरे Hormuzd छोड़ ना यार, dancer ही तो है ना यार. Come on, don't say that next time in front of me.
But this happens at events and stuff.
Oh yes. Okay. And I am somebody who will not take it. And people know I don't take it. And people don't even now who know people like me, they don't even say it now. But earlier, yes, a lot. I had to face that. And then I have to stand up for them. And the last thing is food.
Okay.
If you want to treat your dancers well, treat them with food. That's what I believe in, okay? Treat them with a party after the show and treat them with a drink if they drink. The kind of stuff that those people will do for you, the kind of respect that they will have for you is unimaginable. Unimaginable, because they have done everything, boss. They have done everything. क्या payment लेके घर पे चले जाएंगे? Don't you think they are the most special people in your life? They are the ones who are there, so you are there.
I mean, they're putting on the show.
So you don't give a vada pav and dhokla to a dancers to eat. And chai and coffee. You lay out a buffet for them. That's what I do. You call. See, हर time ऐसे नहीं हो सकता कि you go on Zomato and you order what you want. But at least take care of them.
True.
You take care of them. You say salad चाहिए, चलो salad मंगाओ. Buffet रखो, ये रखो, वो रखो. उनके लिए healthy खाना. And then you expect that a dancer should keep 6-pack abs. You give them vada pav and dhokla. Imagine. So yeah, so a dancer has to be treated well.
But how many times does it happen that they are mistreated or they're just,
It doesn't happen. It doesn't happen with me now anymore. Earlier it used to, but it happens outside of my area.
I mean, you must have heard this.
Oh yes. So every time a dancer. So I get emotionally involved with whoever I work with. So I know everyone by name. Not many people do that, but that's my forte, to treat people well. So I know everybody by name. So पीछे खड़ा है, ये है, नया है, पुराना है, कुछ भी नहीं, by name. I will say some bad words at rehearsals. It may come out. Every choreographer is mad. Okay, that will come out, but there's something personal to it.
Correct.
Okay, and I will talk to them. To some people, so I know their inside out. You should know what they're going through. I'll tell you why, Rachit. Most of the dancers over here are not from Bombay. They're all migrated over here. So to take care of them is my responsibility, is my duty. If they are working with me, I will take care of them. थोड़ा पेमेंट में होगा ना इधर उधर, हाँ, टाइम पे तो देना चाहिए. वो ये जो 30, 90 and all of that days, I don't understand that.
No,
it doesn't happen
like
with
you don't
us.
get paid immediately.
Yeah, we don't get paid immediately. So right now also, like, I don't get paid immediately many a times, but that's okay. But I pay my dancers immediately. So that has to happen because उसका घर चल रहा है. So you have to pay that person immediately.
पर कभी ऐसा हुआ है कि आपने अपने डांसर्स का पेमेंट कर दिया?
Oh yes.
और सामने से आए?
Oh yes.
So then what do you do?
दिन गया, तो आप क्या कर सकते? कुछ नहीं कर सकते आप, कुछ नहीं कर सकते आप. हुआ है पहले, बहुत टाइम हुआ है. Yeah.
But that should not happen.
It should never happen. अभी नहीं होता है, but it has happened.
Cool. अच्छा, final question पूछता हूँ. We've spoken so much about Bollywood dancing and all that, and I love the fact that your earlier days you did something that was completely different. Where it was where do you go? Was that the song?
Yeah, that song. There was nothing different in it. It was just that I choreographed that song to start off.
Correct. But I mean, we established even on reels, it's all Bollywood dancing. But there are so many other dance forms in our country. I think more than a dozen. There's Kathakali, Kuchipudi, Bharatanatyam, whatnot. So when you're doing these international shows, especially, do you sort of try to bring that flavor of Indian dancing and all, or you can't break away from it? Bollywood ही है तो Bollywood ही चलना.
नहीं. So it depends who your client is. Okay. Number one is you have to have a mantra for a great show. Okay. Now, what is the mantra for a great show? Once you define that, then वो सब fall in place हो जाएगा. The client has to completely trust in you. आप जब बैठे हो किसी के साथ, तो vibe has to match, and they have to leave you with freedom to do something different, and not come into your creative zone every now and then. अगर ये होता है, तो your question is to take different dance forms.
Yeah.
It is a choreographer's dream. We live in India, where there are so many dance forms.
Correct.
Just to set 4 bars of dance, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 2, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 4 times. Just to do that, I can show you by doing it using 8 dance styles. And every dancer will be Indian. It can be done. We don't do that. We look mad if we do that, but it can be done.
Can be done.
So it is a choreographer's delight to work with people who appreciate Indian art forms, Indian dance. There's so much that we can do. When we were performing at the India House at Olympics, okay, you won't believe the 90% of the audience was all foreigners.
Okay.
A Bollywood show, big Bollywood is big in the world. They would be like, oh my God, you know, very good. But the best feedback ever. See, Bollywood is all dhamal. And my approach is कि वो audience को tickle होना चाहिए, उनके emotions के साथ खेलो, उनको clap कराओ. That is the mantra. That should be the mantra. Okay? वो हुआ तो show हुआ. But there's another side to it also. Show them something different. And when you show the different person as something different, so the fusions when we did, or when we did anything to do with Indian cultural forms, okay? There were people who came to us, my company, and to me, and said that I'm going to book my ticket to India. I've never seen India. So I'm going to book my ticket to India because you showed me the India today. Your way. I said, yes. Thank you very much. So that is like, you know, the correct validation. When you use the cultural dance styles. So there are 2-3 things to it. The client has to, the person who's here at the Paris Olympics, I was left. You know,
you had full freedom.
Full freedom. Show India in good light, for example. So I could do that. At many events, you have freedom. Most events and shows, you have freedom. Some people around this thing, they'll say, their mindset is to get the work done. So if your mindset is to get the work done, then it is not creatively satisfying. So when you let me use all the Indian styles and, you know, props and you let me show it the different way, and whenever you show it. See, if you're an established person, if you know what you're doing, whenever you do something very different and make it local and Indian, where people, you know what they're seeing, or you're teaching them something different, it'll be appreciated.
True. Cool, man. On that note,
thank you.
And it's been a pleasure talking to you.
Thank you.
And more power to you.
Thank you.
Do much
and
more.
And I hope people look out for a lot of people who work on stage. Okay? Yes. Guys, there is a whole medium out there which is very different. And India can go places.
True.
You know, Bollywood already has taken it a level ahead, you know. But now, even choreography on stage can put us on the map.
True, that's true. All right. Thank you so much, Hormuzd.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you for joining us at Filmfare.